An absolutely magnificent day off the Ayrshire coast in western Scotland. Royal Troon hosting the Open for the 9th time, and scoring has never been better than it was today. 11 rounds of 67 or lower. Fans treated to the glorious weather and to a run at history this afternoon. Phil Mickelson, last win anywhere in the world coming 3 years ago at this great championship at Muirfield. This was for birdie at number 17, the par 3. Mickelson to 7 under par. So he goes to 18, and the buzz is really building. Hit a solid approach shot. And he worked it out with bones. This to become the first to ever do it. It is dead in the heart, as painful a 63 as you will ever see. So instead of becoming the first to 62, he's the 28th man to have ever shot a 63 at a major championship. An impeccable display of ball striking and putting by the big left-hander who never ceases to amaze. He's 46 years old. He'd be the second oldest Open champion. Tom Morris Sr., 2 months older than Phil, 1867. And as Brandel told us earlier today, Phil and old Tom born the same day, June the 16th. Here is that leaderboard, and so much red, white, and blue on those yellow and black ledgers. Patrick Reed went out early, 5 under 66. Keegan Bradley, and there's Zach Johnson, the defending champion. Steve Stricker at 49. Outstanding work.
Central proudly presents Live from the Open.
Hello and welcome you. Rich Lerner alongside Brandel Chambly and Billy Kratzer both played in the Open Championship. As Thursdays go, this one was pretty dramatic.
You're absolutely right about that. You talk about the putt that Phil Mickelson hit at the 18th hole, and you said it reminded you of the putt that he hit just a few years ago at the last hole at the Phoenix Open. But that one was to tie the lowest score ever shot in the history of the PGA Tour. This one, I dare say, was the closest anybody's ever come to shooting 62. They keep coming closer. It's almost as if there's a ghost out there that keeps batting them away. But this one almost got in the hole, Billy.
Yeah, and I was there for Tigers at Tulsa when he did it at Southern Hills, and I thought that one was in also. But the players, they had the optimum scoring today. The golf course, soft, it's green. The players were hitting shots to flag sticks, and you could see the check, the receptiveness of the greens, and they made some putts. But I'm really amazed at how well Mickelson scored. And then you have Stricker, 49 years old. He played well. The defending champion, he's 40 years old. Hey, maybe the key's being 40 years old or older.
The average age of the last 5 winners was almost 40 here, so yes.
Experience pays at the Open. Remember Mark O'Meara, he won in his early 40s. Darren Clark, Ernie Els, of recent vintage. So Phil Mickelson is the story with that 8 under 63. Could have, should have been 62, first ever in golf. Phil now with Todd Lewis.
Yet another entertaining round by Phil Mickelson. Phil, I want to talk about the round first overall. It seemed effortless and simple from our perspective. You said it was somewhat easy from your perspective. I guess, why was it so easy?
I think that a lot of the work that I've put in to get the swing back on plane, I don't have to try to manipulate the club at impact. It just goes right on through, almost like it's on a rail. And so as long as I just kind of accelerate through the ball seems to go very straight, and I don't have to do much now at impact. And that's made a big difference in my longer shots, my long irons and my driver and so forth. And I drove the ball very well today, but I also drove it really well at Castle Stewart last week. I mean, I missed 2 fairways over the weekend, and granted the fairways are bigger there. They were still in bad weather, in tough wind, hitting the center of the fairway, and I felt really ready to play here at Troon. And when I got here and saw the fairways, it actually looked wide to me. I felt like, as straight as I was hitting, usually they look extremely tight, and I start seeing the rough. But this week I start seeing the fairway, and it feels like it's not a lot of effort to get the ball to go straight right now.
Whether it's tonight, when you put your head on a pillow, or months from now, years from now, what are you going to remember most about this round? The 8 birdies, no bogeys, or that missed putt on 18?
Well, the missed putt on 18 until somebody shoots 62 in a major and breaks that record, I will think about that a lot. That's especially given the fact that ball looked like it was for sure going to go in. And I thought I had already made it as I started to stride to go get it. And I felt the adrenaline of having just shot 62 with a foot to go. I knew it was in, and then it wasn't. And I felt the disappointment of having not shot 62. So I'll remember that for some time. But I have to regroup and make sure that I'm ready to play the rest of these 3 days, because this gives me a great opportunity to compete in one of my favorite tournaments.
You're kind of leading to my next question. Do you think it'll be difficult to regroup after that near adrenaline jolt that you had out there today?
No, because what it allows me to do is to play like I did today, which was conservative lines with aggressive swings, where I don't have to force the issue because I putted so well, because I made so many putts. And then I don't have to take on many of the hazards here at Troon. I can put it in the center of the green and give myself good opportunities because I'm able to capitalize on them, and I have some shots because of today's round.
Always say it, major championships are just better when Phil Mickelson is in the chase, and right now he's in command. Last 63 we saw at the Masters, that was 1996 by Greg Norman. We know what happened in that final round, Faldo winning with Norman collapsing. Vijay Singh at the U.S. Open 2003 at Olympia Fields. Phil Mickelson today. And then at the PGA Championship, Hiroshi Iwata did it a year ago. 13 times it's been recorded at a PGA Championship. Remember, Jason Duffner at Oak Hill shot 63 and went on to win. The weather's supposed to turn nasty tomorrow, but right now, all sunshine. Mickelson, 8 under 63.